Okay, here I am live. Hi, guys. It's Diane Flores. I am here today with you on episode number 3 of GTV. Are you guys ready? I'm excited. Today we have a guest that I'm bringing on. I'm very, very excited to bring her on. Miss Lauren Hook, who has got to be probably one of the most confident women we have ever had at Venus. Literally the most confident woman I have ever had at Venus when she actually stepped through the door, like right out the gate. So that was incredibly awesome to experience. Was to have this like amazing personality come through the doors and just be like, hi, I'm Lauren. I'm already confident, but let's see what this program can do for me. So I'm going to bring her on and we are going to talk shop. And you guys get to hear about her amazing journey. You get to hear about her wedding dress that she had to have altered because it was like several sizes too big. So I'm really excited. So let's bring her on. Let's see if we can get her with me. It's bringing her into the chat right now. So if you guys have any questions for us or Lauren or anything at all, feel free to pop it in the comments. If you can see me, say hello. My internet is kind of like slow today. So if you can see me, give me like a thumbs up or a heart or a smiley face or a middle finger or I don't know, something. Just let me know. Oh, let's see. We're trying again. Let's try this again. Lauren, approve. We're going. We're getting there. The squirrels in the internet are just running fast. They're trying to get to you. All right. Here we
Hi.
are. I think. There you are. Yay. Okay. Awesome. It worked. The digital universe is working
Yes,
in our
it did.
favor. Okay. Let me get my headphones on. I
Yeah,
can see your face. There's Krista already saying hello. Um, we have our popping in. So, how are you doing today, Miss Lauren? Are you like in full blown wedding preparation mode?
I am. I just took a break from thank you notes. So that this is a
Oh,
good little break from that
okay, okay.
because I hand cramps and all that stuff.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm ready to dive in with you. I haven't seen you in the studio in a couple days because I've been gone. So I know I'm sure I'm going to see you sometime within the next week, hopefully. So let's tell the viewers a little bit about Lauren. So, how long you've been at Venus, kind of your background. I know you have fur babies too. I don't think you have babies of the human kind either. So
No.
give us a little bit of info.
So I guess I've been at Venus since March. I in high school and college I did water polo. I never really liked working out so much, and then I realized that, I had a body to do powerlifting.
Mm.
So I got super, super into powerlifting for a really, really long time. And then I got a bulging
Oh,
disc
yeah.
in my L4 and I went to physical therapy for it and I gained a whole bunch of weight and wasn't feeling too happy. I learned how to fix the L4 injury, but my physical therapist I never said I would never be able to squat with weight
Mm.
again. I'd never be able to deadlift with weight again, all that kind of fun stuff. So I got super, super depressed. I gained like 30 pounds. The heaviest that I was at was like 275. Wasn't really happy with myself. And then my fiance proposed last December, and I was like, oh shit, I don't want to look the way I do in pictures.
Mm.
So did some research, knew that working out by myself wasn't really an option because I didn't feel super confident since I had hurt myself
Mm-hmm.
last time doing that. So that's when I found Venus.
And here you are, and you started with,
And here I
yeah.
am.
So you know what? I did not know all about your powerlifting foray. Like that's total news to me. That's really exciting. Did you ever compete in powerlifting, or you just trained that
No,
way?
I trained and I had a coach and everything, and then I hurt myself one day
Yeah.
and it was just this
Mm-hmm.
pain that just was so so severe, and I didn't know what was causing it. And then X-rays finally said what it was, and I said, "Oh shit, I guess I need to figure that
Yeah.
out." And then he said I'd never be able to do any of what I wanted to do again. So that was really my motivation. Like I really do want to get back into
Hmm.
it because I'm built like a brick shit
You're
house.
strong AF.
Yeah.
I love it. And we can certainly talk shop about that later on for sure. Because you know,
Yeah.
I did powerlifting for a while. So that would be super fun. And I can think of someone else in the
Yeah.
tribe that wants to start powerlifting as well. So I'm all about lifting all the heavy things for sure. I injured myself too. So I totally feel you. I know exactly what that's like. It's incredibly depressing. But there's no, that it definitely is possible to make a comeback and train smart and have fun with it. So for sure. So you
Yeah.
made your way to Venus. Why Venus of all places, from super powerlifting to purple walls, pole dancing, boot camp? It's a little bit of a change, a little bit of a shift.
Um, yeah, well, okay, so like you said, I'm a very confident person, and I feel the sexiest when I can stare at myself all the time. So I really,
Oh my
really
God, I
like
love
having
it.
mirrors around me.
I freaking love you.
So thank you. So I really enjoyed rock climbing in college. It was a really weird thing for me to
Fun.
enjoy. Uh, but my grip strength was never super strong, and my arms were never super strong. So I thought, pole is super different. And then I saw that you guys actually offer boot camp classes as
Mm-hmm.
well. So it wasn't a huge
Mm-hmm.
deterrent. So I was like, well, I could do boot camp to get stronger for pole. And it's a different way of working
Yeah.
out. And so many people have told me that I just need to find what I enjoy
Right.
doing. And then the weight loss is sort of
Mm-hmm.
secondhand. And that's what I found here. I mean, like, loved water polo. Like, but pole and boot camp could not be any more different than
For
water
sure.
polo. But now I can't see myself doing anything else because I used to always like scoff at the like group
Mm-hmm.
mentality of it, and now I'm sort of kicking myself because it's like, well, what were sports?
Right.
Like what was I doing the
Yeah,
whole time?
exactly.
It's not an independent
Right,
thing.
exactly. That makes
So,
total sense. So you joined with, I think we got you in at first with Fierce AF, right? I want to say you started like you just
yeah, in
jumped in
March.
with Fierce AF. So how was that
Hmm.
experience for you? Because have you done anything like that before? Like a program where you start, it's like a 6 week and it's sort of all immersive and you just dive into nutrition and exercise?
No, I was really, really, really well, I am a super competitive person. So when I saw that you could potentially
Uh
win,
huh.
those 3 to 1 month, whatever, I said, well, shit, I have a hell of weight to lose. Like I could totally win that. So that's why I originally like thought like maybe this would be sort of the kick in the butt that I
Right.
needed because I I wasn't getting anything done around the house. I wasn't we have a half rack in our
Mm-hmm.
backyard and I wasn't using that at
Yeah.
all. So it's just sort of one of those things that you have to just dive into the deep
Mm-hmm.
end. At least for me, I would say that that's probably the best advice that I have that any hesitation is going to just completely hold you back in the end, and you just need to go for it because Venus of all places is where you're going to get the most encouragement,
Oh,
and that's what I
I
really like
love
about
it.
it.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna try not to cry.
You're welcome.
Uh,
No.
how was your experience in that 6 weeks? So like, what did you learn about yourself? Like, what kind of like stands out for you in terms of like, oh, this was really impactful? Because we haven't even talked about, I can't even remember, honestly. I should have like a cheat sheet of notes of like how many because you lost a ton of inches that first round and how much weight
Yeah.
you've lost. So we'll start there and then just kind of what you feel like was the biggest shift for you aside from the exercise.
So I lost, I think, 10 inches
Mm-hmm.
overall. I lost like an inch from my neck, I lost like 2 inches combined from my arms. I lost like 3 inches from my waist. I lost like 3 inches combined from my legs, and I lost like an inch in my
Mm-hmm.
hips. So that was
Yeah.
huge. I really, really like, and in the pictures, you can completely see a difference. As of a couple days ago, I'm down like 22
Oh my
pounds.
God, I
So I know
love
that's
that.
not the six
Yeah.
weeks.
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, no, it was
great.
really nice to step on the
Yeah.
scale. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then I guess the biggest takeaway besides the exercising from at least the competition was how much time I actually had to get everything
Mm-hmm.
done. Like that was my biggest excuse working out was like, ugh, it's an hour or it's an hour and a half driving, doing all that. When am I going to have time to cook? When am I going to have time for like myself to
Mm-hmm.
relax? Honestly, getting it done in the morning or right after
Mm-hmm.
work at 5:30 is the easiest thing
Right.
ever. And I commute. I leave Modesto at 7 and I go to work in Lodi at
Yeah.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I leave Lodi at 4:30 and I get back into Modesto at 5:30. So, I mean, I get it. Like if you're commuting to the Bay, it might be a little bit
Mm-hmm.
harder, but just get it done. There's plenty of time in the day.
Right. And if we actually like think about how much time we waste on social media and all the other random stuff that we do, it's really making it a priority. So when somebody tells me a lot of times, not in every situation, like, oh, I don't have time, it's like it depends on what you want to make a priority and make time for. So I love that you mentioned that. I think it's great. AM exercisers, we have historically had the clients with the best results that come in the morning. Not to say that the PM exercisers don't, but the AM clients tend to make it part of just a regimen. They get up and it's part of their routine, and nothing gets in the way at that time in the morning because it's so early. And as the day drags on, it's
Hmm.
easier to just put it at the bottom of the to-do list. I see one of your fur babies up there.
There's one. Yeah.
And yeah, so it's great, and I love that you made it part of your routine, and we see you often, so that's awesome. So what has been the most fun out of this experience, like starting up?
Um, I think the most fun is finding the time for me
Mm-hmm.
again. Like I really, and I was just talking about it this weekend because my male roommate is trying to get back into working out and everything. But like to know that I'm doing this not for like anyone else, but I'm doing it for
Mm-hmm.
myself is so freaking empowering. Like I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'm a super confident individual, but like you put me in the right situation and I'm gonna flourish. I'm gonna thrive. I'm gonna be so happy. And like literally, this is the most focused and the most driven and the happiest I've been in a really long time. And I mean, I'm sure that's not like everything to do with Venus. Like
Just
I'm in a
yeah.
pretty good situation with the fiance and everything, but 2018's been like a total 180 from my last couple of
Mm-hmm.
years. And I Venus is probably definitely a factor in
Oh,
that.
that's amazing. I love that. I love it. So happy. It's just been so amazing to watch, just from start to where you are now. The whole process has been really rewarding for us as coaches, I know for sure. Um, so on that
Good.
high note, how do you stay motivated? Because I know that motivation is one of those things that a lot of women struggle with. Like you were there at the first kickoff, and like the group of people was massive, and then it starts. Just like every program we run, there's tends to be a drop off with some people because, the honeymoon period of starting something new wears off, and then they're like, wah, wah. So, what keeps you motivated in terms of getting up and staying consistent when maybe some days you don't want to, or you're just tired, or you have those excuses kind of running through your head? What keeps you on track?
So I'm a freak and I really, really, really like feeling sore.
Ooh, me too.
So it's just, yeah, yeah. So it's just one of those things that like if like I worked out yesterday morning, I didn't work out today, and I'm like looking forward to my workout tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
morning just because like I know it's a new one. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
powerful. Um and I haven't done it yet, and I just like I love seeing the new things, and I love picking up the heaviest shit, and I just love the feeling, and the feeling afterwards is just super, super rewarding. And I don't know, I look forward to
Mm-hmm.
that. So I know that that's probably not what people are going to be able to relate to because I think I'm sort of an outlier in that.
Definitely.
But those those first couple weeks really, really motivated me too, because 3 weeks is pretty much the sweet
Mm-hmm.
spot for at least me with like seeing the progress. And I know that we had some trouble like calculating my
Yeah.
calories and stuff, and that's where I knew that like something wasn't working. But even progressing with like how I felt and which muscles were sore and everything, just being able to tell the difference is super, super motivating. And I really, really, really enjoy those sorts of things when it comes to working out.
Yeah, that's exactly what drives me too. I love it. It's like the workout, the pain, the pain during. I know we're like a sick special
Yeah.
kind of group of people. But that seriously
Hmm.
drives me because I know that just like changes are happening in my body and I love the challenge. So that's awesome. When it comes to women who are self conscious about stepping through the doors of whether it's Venus or the gym or whatever, because this is not just like a hey, come to Venus video. Like, what words of advice would you give to somebody who was just like, I'm terrified to start anything because I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too out of shape? Because I hear that often. Like, what runs through your head or would run through your head to tell somebody like if that was a friend of yours?
Um, my fiance gave me really, really good advice a couple years ago, and he told me to stop taking things so personally.
That's good.
Not everyone's out to get you. Not everyone is focused on you all the
Mm-hmm.
time. And when you think that everyone's focused on you all the time, you kind of seem like a
That's
narcissist.
very true. I
So,
like that. I have definitely heard that before. Mm-hmm.
so going into places now, I'm not super conscious of who's paying attention to
Mm-hmm.
me. And I think that's a lot of people's hesitation
Mm-hmm.
in being a beginner at something, because I know, and I worked out at Planet Fitness a couple years ago. The biggest thing that I hated was those like meaty dudes coming up to me and telling me I wasn't doing
Yeah.
something right, and it just pissed me off because like one, like I get it, like I'm bigger, but I kind of know how to do a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, and two, you're only telling me this because I'm a chick right now. So we have to like get out of that mindset of, maybe he was just trying to help me, to stop taking things so
Mm-hmm.
personally, to just like go out and do something. And if you just radiate confidence, 9 times out of 10 people aren't going to approach you.
True.
So it's really not,
Just
yeah.
pretend like you know what you're doing. Act as if.
Yeah, but like don't
Yeah,
hurt
for sure.
yourself.
Like don't be putting 1,000 pounds on
Like
the
me.
bar, but for sure. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that even like I had no idea what to expect the first day, the kickoff during the Group
Yeah.
AF, but you just kind of have to go. It was kind of like orientation day at school. You just go, and I think as adults we have this problem with like making
Mm-hmm.
friends because we sort of have like our group
Yeah.
already. I can't say that I've hung out with anyone outside of Venus yet, but I really do enjoy the time that I spend with everyone
Mm-hmm.
there, and I'm looking forward to my future there, and I am looking forward to making hopefully lifelong friendships
Yeah.
eventually. So you just kind of have to like stick with it and go for it, and just kind of just who
Yeah.
knows? Like, you either do it or you don't
Mm-hmm.
do it. It's pretty black and white, and you're gonna see changes if you stick to
Yeah.
it.
I love it. such good advice and very, very true. So
Thanks.
what what have your friends or family, have they noticed changes? Are they supportive? What do you hear often, like when people see you, just that maybe haven't seen you for a while and notice the changes, or has anybody noticed the changes? Maybe they haven't. I don't know. I have.
Yeah, my mom's super, super happy. I mean, she's always sort of been on me about my weight since college. So I think it's one of those things where she's super excited to see that I'm loving something because I'm sure for a while I wasn't really radiating like, she knew her daughter could. Um, as far as work, my boss pretty much says something to me every week.
Oh,
So that's nice to
yeah.
have a 73-year-old man really comment on
Oh,
how
nice.
I'm
Yeah.
looking, but he's super, super proud of me, and he knows that I've been working so hard. So it's really, really good to like reap those rewards. And I mean, my fiance is gonna love me no matter what, but I can tell that he's happy with the changes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you have a wedding to look forward to. You had to have your dress
Hmm.
altered. I got to see the pictures, which I'm
Yes.
so grateful for because that was an amazing, like when you first tried it on and like how it looks now. And you were beautiful both in both, but it's just so crazy to me that you can see such a change in that photo. So I know we can't release those yet,
Yeah.
but coming soon.
Yeah. Well, and then we'll have the first fitting and the second fitting in October and
Yeah,
November. So to see the difference from last January to December of this year,
huge.
I'm gonna look like a completely different person.
And it's an amazing dress. I can't wait to see pictures. It's just beautiful.
It
It
is.
really is. It really, really is. And
Thank you.
then just one more last question on what what did you find was the hardest in terms of nutrition or anything that you feel like you struggled with? Because I know when we first met, you're like, I'm a super foodie, like I love to cook and make things taste delicious. So is there something that you can attribute to? Because obviously exercise is a big piece of the puzzle, but nutrition is obviously equally as important, if not more important. And had you not made some changes to your nutrition along the way, you probably maybe would have stayed right where you're at, maybe lost just a couple pounds, but you've lost 22 pounds at this point, which
Mhm.
means there's definitely been some changes in your nutrition. So, what can you say has been probably the biggest, most impactful change?
I've been doing intermittent fasting,
Mm,
like per your support
mm-hmm,
and per your, I guess, advertising
mm-hmm,
of it. But I really, really, really enjoy not like looking like just like yearning for my
mm-hmm,
next meal. Like I really enjoy not having food just like completely revolve
mm-hmm,
around it because then that means that I can still enjoy
mm-hmm.
cooking and I can still be the foodie that
Yeah.
I am. I just, only have 4 to 6 hours to consume that food
Mm-hmm,
instead. So I've found that that's really, really worked for me. Um, and, I also say that if I want fast food or if I want that, I'll eat it. And I know that I can't have anything else for the rest of the
mm-hmm,
day. And then I regret it the next day. I'm not happy with how I'm
mm-hmm,
feeling. So it's still a trial and error of what I'm
mm-hmm.
doing compared to like do as I say and not as I
Right.
do. But I'm definitely, definitely finding that intermittent fasting is definitely working for me. And I'm really, really enjoying
Good,
it.
good. I love it. I still do it to this day. So, I mean, I don't eat
Hmm.
until 12:30, sometimes 1 o'clock, and stop eating around 9. I watch my calories in between those hours,
Hmm.
and exactly that. Like I have to have peanut M&Ms like every day usually, or I'm having Portuguese cupcakes
Ooh,
or whatever, and you just know you have to make a concession somewhere else if you're going to have some kind of fun food, and that's how it works. Did I lose you? I think you're frozen. Let me see. We may have lost.
yeah, I dropped my
Oh, okay, there
phone.
you are. Okay, I can hear you, but that's
Sorry.
okay. The internet's probably trying to catch up.
Butterfingers.
So
We're good.
okay, there you are.
Butterfingers.
So Yeah, so intermittent fasting is great, and we talk a lot about that in Fierce AF, and we'll talk about it more again in this next round, and especially those who've already been tinkering with it for sure, because there's different strategies to optimize it, and we can dive into that further for sure for you as well, so that way you can continue with that success because I know it's been working. So
Hmm.
yeah. And last but not least, if there was someone sitting across from you that was hesitant to start themselves into Fierce AF or the gym, which I know we kind of touched on already, what would be your parting like one liner? Just like make shit happen with your life, like quit sitting on the sidelines.
It's so cliche. Just like just do it. Like there's nothing holding you back other than yourself. Like like I said before, it's so black and white. Like you're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. And there are so many hours in the day to get it done.
Mhm.
So just find what works for you and just do it.
Just do it, right? We Nike was onto something with
Yeah,
that.
super cliche.
Nike was onto something with that slogan.
Yeah.
I swear, it really is not. It's really is. Like I say, DT, like do the damn thing. Same kind of concept. Like quit talking about it, just do it. Quit thinking. Like I think we think too much. Like even as much
Hmm.
as in more things than just exercise. Like hitting go live on a video, like every time I do it I still get butterflies. Like it's not going to get any, it will eventually get easier, but it's like the repetition of doing something is where you're going to be masterful at something, and then it just becomes a part of your DNA, and part of your lifestyle. And I think that's goes to show where you're at this point, and it's part of your lifestyle. It's not a matter of like, am I exercising? It's when am I exercising this week? It's not like, am I going to
Hmm.
start doing this? It's not a fad. I think that I really truly believe that with you, as far as how you've been super consistent with everything. So I just want to celebrate you and say congratulations. And I'm happy to have you as part of the family and excited to continue with your journey. And thank you for,
Thanks so much for
yeah,
having
and thank
me.
you for being on live with me, being such a good sport. And, I'm sure someone is going to take something from this. And even if one person is motivated and inspired, my job and your job here are done today.
Yeah, I really hope so.
All right, Lauren. Well, thanks again. And I will see you in the studio, and let's keep kicking ass till that winning and
Sounds
beyond.
good.
All right.
Yeah,
Bye. Bye,
thanks.
love.
Bye.